Do you find it challenging to part with expensive clothing, especially those with sentimental value, like high-end skateboarding and surfer brands? I can easily donate cheaper items, but these hold memories. In this question, there's two issues. The issue of having expensive clothing, but then there's the issue of having sentimental clothing. So I think the question really is it that you're struggling to let go of the item because it's quote unquote expensive clothing, or is it because it's attached to a memory? If you're struggling to let go of something because it's expensive clothing, I think that's much easier to overcome than letting go of the sentimental items. If it's truly worth something, which remember, most things are not worth what we think they're worth, not even close. But if you can kind of test this out if you want to. Anastasia, what's that site that you use all the time? Well, my kids resell their clothing on Depop, and they find it's worth their time and energy to list and sell their clothing on Depop. They have pretty good success with it. You can also sell your clothing on Poshmark, and there's a bunch of different resale sites. So pop it up there, see how much money you're going to get, see how much it's actually worth. Something is worth what somebody will pay for it, not whatever we think the value actually is. I've fallen into that trap before of like searching for things, used things, to see their value on eBay and seeing that something sold for like $400 and then I list it and it sells for like $40. Something is worth what somebody will buy for it when you're ready to sell it. That is its value. So test it out. See if it truly is valuable. If it's not, see if you can pass it, see if you can feel good about passing it along. Can you enrich somebody else's life with the gift of really nice brand name clothing? Can you give that gift to somebody else? Can you pay it forward that way? Does that feel good? If it is sentimental, that is a different story. When we're talking about sentimental clothing, it's memorabilia. We tackle memorabilia last because it's highly emotional. There's a lot of things that you can do with memorabilia to break that really close attachment you have to the actual item. Can you take a picture of it? Do you have a picture, if it's your clothing, of you wearing that item at a certain time that was special for you? Do you have a picture of your children wearing that clothing? If it was a special occasion, or is the memory to the clothing or to the occasion, or is the memory to the time period in your life? I think that you said it was skateboarding and surfer brands. Do you have other memories of you skateboarding or surfing, or your children skateboarding or surfing, that really represent that time period, and you don't need the actual physical clothing to represent that time period? Can you journal about what this time period meant in your life, why the transition is hard? A lot of these things can help bridge that gap between the stranglehold we have on the item and the memory. Nobody can ever throw out a memory for you. You can't throw out memories. When you let go of an item, you're not letting go of the memory, you're letting go of the item. But there's ways that you can kind of bridge that. Journal about it, share the story with somebody. Look for pictures or other things that represent that time period in your life. If you're not ready to let go of that stuff, that's okay too. But let's not go storing it in your attic, because if you are really sentimental about something, honor it with good storage in your home. Right? Make sure that you're not putting it in a spot where it could get damaged, because if you feel sentimental about something and then you go to look at it 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and it's damaged, that feels really bad. So honor the things that you choose to keep with good storage.